full starting five for really only the 17th time this season. Celtics have been a team, Grant, that have underachieved a little bit till this point as they begin the night 9th place in the East, percentage points behind Toronto.
Taking advantage of the lack of rotation defensively from the Heat.
Here's Strus coming around his screen. Couldn't squeeze it. Back-to-back Heat turnovers. Horford's pass stolen, deflected. That's another turnover. Adebayo with the steal.
Duncan Robinson switched on him. And you're starting to see that now. This Boston team is a big team. Brown and Tatum out there on the perimeter. Marcus Smart's even posted up against smaller guards.
So coming out of the bubble, they had signed him. You know, they thought maybe kind of a fringe player. They had that COVID offseason where things were kind of haywire.
You talk about Strus, Gabe Vincent, Udonis Haslem.
Right.
I mean, 8 undrafted players as Horford knocks down a corner 3 for the Celtics. It really speaks to the Heat and their player development over the years. And you see it on display with this year's team.
Vincent can't hit, fight for the rebound. Look at Adebayo getting his hands dirty.
Great, and there's been a lot of injuries, but they're starting to find their stride right now. And you have 2 young, talented players have a lot of runway in front of them, so I don't think you give up on them at all.
Something tells me that 3D has a strong opinion on this. Dennis, what do you think?
Yes, guys, I agree with the Hall of Famer. No. Talking to Jaylen Brown before the game. Brown and Tatum, when they're playing well, the Celtics going to play well.
Yeah, I don't think there's any arguments from anyone at this table as Horford misses on a 3. Miami, despite some poor shooting, down 13 points. Robinson's triple no. Rebound Horford.
Sticking to this zone, I think, in part to keep this team out of foul trouble, but Boston has picked it apart.
Richardson, backdoor, able to sneak behind Strus. Celtics opened up that big lead, up by 15, but here come the Heat now, showing some life, and they create another Celtics turnover. Williams the skip, here comes Tatum. This is Brown. Not going to get a better look than that. Horford, offensive rebound.
Extra, Marcus Smart finishing off with a 3. Guy comes up shooting, no.
Here's Tatum, 7th leading scorer in the NBA. Puts it on the deck, into the corner, Horford. Here's Al Horford, 2nd stint with the Celtics. Departed in 2019. Grant, you remember he signed that monster 4-year deal with the Sixers, but when he was re-signed this summer, he said, boy, you know, being away from Boston, even a stronger appreciation for this city, this franchise. He was as happy as anyone to come back to the Celtics.
For an offensive rebound, so Horford not shooting there may have led to that 3-second call.
Strus.
He missed.
He does occasionally miss. Good ball movement. Here's Brown. Slithers into the paint. Off balance floater. Beautifully done.
Ime Udoka understanding that no lead is safe. You have to execute, get a good shot. And they did on that play.
Tonight looking like a shell of themselves against a Boston team that has been off the charts offensively.
And we talked in the opening about how this Celtics team is starting to find their groove. And we saw a lot of groove here in that 3rd quarter, but worry about themselves, play good basketball, put together some wins as they've been doing. They will climb up in the standings. Just a commitment to getting better, continuing to trust each other.
But the Celtics, Grant, you know, as we've been talking about, 0 3-pointer is short. You've got these 2 elite scorers in Tatum and Brown. Unable to finish. This is Horford. And now both teams have gone cold. There's Schroeder into the paint. Now to Grant Williams. Bounces to Horford. Beautifully set up, and then Adebayo clears from 3 and 5 of 18 overall. Brown from 3. Fight for the rebound. Horford.
A shooter, and certainly playing with guys like Al Horford, who's been around, learning from the best.
Been a lot of talk here about how Langford has not reached his potential. There have been injuries.
when you're playing with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, I mean, they're going to get the bulk of the minutes. Young players don't get better unless they play.
Horford gets it back. He's blocked by Silva, but a goaltend.
When you're playing with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, I mean, they're going to get the bulk of the minutes. Young players don't get better unless they play.
Horford gets it back. He's blocked by Silva, but a goaltend.
When you're playing with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, I mean, they're going to get the bulk of the minutes. Young players don't get better unless they play.
Horford gets it back. He's blocked by Silva, but a goaltend.